Respected members, a very happy new year to you and your family. Taxman website has prepared one list of the judgments delivered by the Honorable High Court, pronounced by the Honorable High Court during 2023, year 2023, running around more than 25, but some 20 important judgments are there. Just I want to share with you those gist of the judgment only, one or two lines with citation. The first one is summary notice under DRC 01 is not a substitute for proper show cause notice required to be issued under section 74. Summary notice under DRC 01 is not a substitute for proper show cause notice and required to be issued as per the section 74 of the CGST Act. This is in the case of Siddhivinayak Enterprise versus State of Jharkhand. State of Jharkhand reported in the 148 taxman website. And second one is same High Court, Jharkhand High Court, Honorable Jharkhand High Court in the case of Shriram Agrotech versus State of Jharkhand. Form DRC 07 alone cannot make an assessee liable to pay tax, interest, or penalty. Once again, I will repeat. Form DRC 07 alone cannot make an assessee liable to pay any tax, interest, or penalty. This is in the case of Shriram Agrotech. Next, another important judgment from Madras, Honorable Madras High Court in the case of Grand Pass from Pumps India Private Limited versus Joint Commissioner GST and Central Excise. The gist of judgment is no liability of interest would arise if credit was reversed by the petitioner before its utilization. No liability of interest would arise if credit was reversed by petitioner before its utilization. This is from Honorable High Court of Madras. Next, in the case of Nagarjuna Agrochemicals Private Limited versus State of UP, the Honorable Allahabad High Court held that non-issuance of notice under Section 61 would not affect validity of proceedings initiated under Section 74 of the CGST Act. This is very important, and compared to 61 and 74, if there is any non-issuance of notice under Section 61, it would not affect validity of proceedings initiated under Section 74. Next, High Court state operations of demand cum notice issued by the department without issuing form GST ASMT 10. This is from the Honorable Gauhati High Court in the case of PepsiCo India Holdings Private Limited versus Union of India. In the present case, High Court state operations of demand cum notice, demand cum show cause notice issued by the revenue without issuing form GST ASMT 10. Next important judgment is from Delhi High Court in the case of Arvind Goyal CA versus Union of India. High Court directed to return currency seized by the GST officer being illegal and without any authority of law. This is the findings of the Honorable Delhi High Court. Directed to return currency seized by the GST officer as being illegal and without any authority of law. Next, this is very controversial and famous judgment from Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Andhra Pradesh High Court in the case of Tirumalakonda Plywoods versus Assistant Commissioner. AP High Court upheld the voice of time limit for availing ITC prescribed under Section 16, subsection 4. This is in favor of the department only. Then, voluntary deposit made under protest during adjudication to be treated as part of pre-deposit for filing of the appeal. This is another dealer-friendly judgment from Honorable Bombay High Court in the case of Vinod Metal versus State of Maharashtra. Voluntary deposit made under protest during adjudication to be treated as part of pre-deposit for filing of the appeal. No ITC allowed if supplier did not pay GST to government, even if tax are collected from the buyer. This is in favor of revenue from Honorable Patna High Court in case of Asta Enterprise versus State of Bihar. No ITC allowed if supplier did not pay GST to government, even if tax was collected from the buyer. This is anti-dealer judgment. Next, department cannot conduct GST audit after approving cancellation of GST registration. Very interesting judgment from the Honorable Madras High Court in the case of Rajasthan versus Assistant Commissioner. In the present case, Honorable High Court held that department cannot conduct GST audit. Please note GST audit after approving cancellation of GST registration. Then, this is from Allahabad High Court in the case of Shyam Cell and Power Limited versus State of UP. Honorable High Court held that intent to evade payment of tax is mandatory. Intent to evade payment of tax is mandatory for invoking the proceedings under section 129 subsection 3 and section 130. This is again dealer friendly. Next, from Bombay High Court, Honorable Bombay High Court in case of Northern Warehousing Company Private Limited versus Commissioner of Central Tax. Essential characteristics of tea being an agricultural produce would not stand extinguished by mere processing and packaging. So, mere processing and packaging would not change the essential characteristics of tea being an agricultural produce. Northern Warehousing Company, dealer-friendly judgment. Assessee was not entitled to cross-examine witnesses relied upon by department while cancelling the registration. This is in favor of department from Kerala High Court in the case of Steel India versus State Tax Officer. Assessee was not entitled to cross-examine witnesses relied upon by the department while cancelling the registration. Next, assessee's request to amend rectify form GSTR 1 could not be rejected if wrong GSTIN mentioned inadvertently. This is favorable dealer-friendly judgment. Dealer favorable judgment from Honorable Bombay High Court in the case of Star Engineers India Private Limited versus Union of India. The Honorable High Court held that assessee's request to amend or rectify form GSTR 1 could not be rejected if wrong GSTIN mentioned inadvertently. Next, amount deposited during searching cannot be retained by the department if proceedings were not initiated. This is from Punjab and Haryana, Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court in case of Parswant Traders versus Principal Commissioner CGST. So any amount deposited during searching cannot be retained by the department if proceedings were not initiated. Then action against supplier is essential for non-reflection of invoices before seeking reversal from the recipient. This is sensational judgment from Honorable High Court of Calcutta in the case of Suncraft Energy Private Limited versus Assistant Commissioner. In the SLP of the department was also dismissed by the Honorable Supreme Court. So finally, this is the law of land. I think almost this is the law of land. Action against the supplier is essential for non-reflection of invoices before seeking reversal from the recipient. So first department should take action against the supplier. This is dealer friendly from the Calcutta High Court as well as the Supreme Court. Next, onus on GST authority to prove that e-way bill was reused to levy tax and penalty. So onus shifted from dealer to department on the ground that onus on GST authority to prove that e-way bill was reused to levy tax and penalty. This is again dealer-friendly judgment in the case of BI Agro Oils Limited versus State of UP from the Honorable High Court of Allahabad. Next, proper officer not allowed to direct customers of assessee to stop further payments to assessee. This is from Honorable High Court of Andhra Pradesh in the case of Sri Sai Balaji Associates versus State of AP. The findings of the Honorable High Court is proper officer not allowed to direct customers of the assessee to stop further payment to the assessee. Next, Honorable Madras High Court in the case of Luminous Power Technologies Private Limited versus State Tax Officer pertaining to credit note. Goods which are returned need not be necessarily accompanied by a credit note. Goods which are returned need not be necessarily accompanied by a credit note. This is from Honorable High Court of Madras. And another important judgment is I think almost everything is over. Rummy is predominantly a game of skill, not a chance. High Court quashes so-called notice issued on the Gamescraft Technology Private Limited versus Directorate General of Goods and Services Tax Intelligence reported in 150 Taxman 252 Karnataka. So these are all the important judgments compiled by the Taxman website, which were pronounced by the various high courts and the Supreme Court during the calendar year 2023. I hope the judgments may be useful for the stakeholders, consultants, auditors, advocates, and other dealers, etc., etc. Just I want to try to throw some enlighten on the gist of the judgment in a span of 10 to 15 minutes. Kindly go through the original judgments in the Taxman website and from your own opinion accordingly whenever it is useful for your business or trade or your profession. Thank you. Once again, Happy New Year, one and all. Thank you.